Once upon a time, there was a railway. A railway with lots of trains, people, and jobs. The railway helped sustain most of the country and was the heart of the land. Then, one fateful day, the railway had to close. Nobody knows the reason as to why the railway closed. There were rumors, of course, one that the line was haunted, but there were other rumors that the owners just no longer wanted it. But no one ever found out the truth. This brings us up to the present day, where the railway line now has a new owner and has one employee, who you are about to meet. Together, their mission is to restore the railway to its former glory. It won't be easy, but together we will join them on this mission. This is Derail Valley.
Right, okay. Looks like we have a train down, if I get my map up, over in this area just here. So the boss is sending us out to go and do a nighttime recovery, as this has got some pretty important cargo on. He's not divulged what the cargo is, but we're heading straight over to the DE2 and we're going to pull this train out and hopefully let it get back on its way. Hopefully none of the cargo is damaged. I've heard the train is pretty badly damaged, but I think the boss has also done a repaint since we last saw him. The boss has asked me to bring it back to the service station, so that's what we're going to be doing. So the cargo and everything will come back, be looked over, and won't be delivered today, but will be delivered at another point. Okay, so flipping the switches, turning the engine on, forwards. Where are we? Okay. We need to quickly go and turn the turntable. Right, okay. Brake needs to come off. And we are moving. Got to make sure not to derail ourselves, but from what I've heard, I'll put this down here quickly, we need to be going just between the oil well north and going towards the goods factory and town. It's that junction just there that we need to be going to. So I wonder what I just went over that made that clanging noise. Alright, but it's one of our newer engines that the boss has brought in, and unfortunately, the guy who has crashed it was a newbie. He's pretty shaken up from what I've heard. He's been taken to the hospital to get checked over. So what we're going to do is we're being sent on basically recovery. Whether or not recovery happens is a different question, because I've heard it is in a very, very bad state. So all the switches should be set for us. Now, I don't want to go too fast, just in case it's not around here, and just in case it's somewhere along this line. There's no turn off into there, which I know it's not in there, because the boss has already said it's not in there. That's not an active way to the railway or anything like that. So we know it's somewhere around here. I don't want to be going too fast, but I am right now. I know it's 70 along here, but the last thing we need is a second train derailing and a second driver having to go to the hospital. Okay, so we are now coming up towards the supposed junction where the train is said to be derailed. So we're going to take it a little bit cautiously as we go over the bridge. It's a little bit of a gloomy night as well, so whilst we've been going down here, I've been trying to figure out what's the best way that we can get this train unstuck. Do I hook it up to the end, or are we going to have to call in like a crane, or is it still attached to the train? Literally, I have no idea kind of what the train looks like, what condition it's in, if it's still attached to the end of the cargo that it was pulling, or if it's become fully detached. Is it still by the rails? Is it not? And these are all things that we should realistically be thinking about whilst doing this, because it's a dangerous operation to do at any point in time, but it's even more dangerous at night in the rain because it's very difficult to see. So I don't know why I'm being sent out at night time to do this in the rain, but the boss has said that this is really precious cargo that needs to be basically dealt with and handled with care. Now, I can see the junction, but I don't quite see the cargo, so I'm gonna start slowing down just that little bit. A little bit more, I think. So it's this junction here, so they must have gone off to the right because none of the switches have been changed because nobody's been allowed on the line. This is the first time somebody's been allowed on the line since the accident happened. So we're going to come along this junction until we can find where the train is. Maybe it might be over there, might be this way, I'm not entirely sure. Oh, there it is. Oh, okay. So, looks to me like the train is still on the tracks. That's good. Okay, so since the train is still on the tracks, well, the cargo looks to be mostly still on the tracks. Let's go take a proper look and a proper inspection. So, how's this looking? That's not damaged cargo. That's fine. Oh, we've got a derailed bit of cargo here. Are they still connected? I can't tell. The brake lines are still connected somehow. But this damaged, this cargo's a little bit damaged, but not majorly. So it's this one that's like not on the track properly. This one seems to have survived. And then, okay, we've got the train here. It's still kind of holding on. Let's de-engage that and put that back on. And let's inspect this train. Now, this is full damage, so there is no way we're going to be able to get this started back up. So we're going to have to tow this all the way home. But it's hanging off the edge right now. So, how are we going to fix this? Not sure. The train's obviously off, so the only light that we've got is my light. So let me just run back to my train, because I brought some lights along with us, especially since it's dark, to put down onto the ground, so we can do a little bit more of a closer inspection. And something that is important is that we need to be able to see, so that we don't then, you know, derail ourselves, hurt ourselves, and then or injure ourselves in any way, shape or form. So let me get these lights all set up. Those lights are really bright, so they come in big help. Now we can actually see the engine and the train and how it's being derailed and which way is best to come off. So it's obviously come around this bend here a little bit too quick. Derailed probably along here. Come off the track. And then probably skidded all the way over to here because it shouldn't be on this, which makes me think it skidded onto this track and then kind of drifted along here under the weight of all the cars. But the fact that the cars are so heavy and there's a lot of friction causing this, it probably stopped the train. And we haven't seen the internal damage, but I can see a lot of smashed windows. Obviously, we've got service engine light on. We can try and start it up. She doesn't want to start up, which, you know, it's totally understandable. So let's turn the fuses and everything off. Now what we could probably do is connect our train up to the back and pull the train back. I don't think there's going to be any harm in doing that. And we'll probably be able to pull the train all the way back. I'm not sure how heavy this train was. I didn't get that information, but we should be able to do it. So let me go hook up the train. We are now hooked. Let's attach these two. Nope. Ready, trucker. Oh, not good. Okay. So we're now hooked. So theoretically speaking, we can take the lights down now, actually, because it's daytime. So we don't need to worry about what we're looking at. So we can take these away. By the way, the new design that the boss has printed on these are really, really nice. I really like them. It's obviously a shame that, you know, we've got a brand new train with a brand new painted coat and it's already been derailed, but hey ho, it is what it is. These things happen. Let's see if we can get this all properly derailed. Is this still connected? I hope it is, yeah. So let's start reversing. Release the brake and pull it back. That's not working in the slightest. We've actually got a little bit of brake pressure on, so that might be from the front train. Let's just take a look. It's just leaking it all. Let's take it off. And let's see if we can unlock that. Turn that off. Ready those. Now we've unlocked this, so we should be able to just pull this now. So these look connected still. Don't know about those ones. Those ones do look unlocked, don't they? But we'll have to try and test. We'll see. We'll see what it's like. So let's try this again. Okay, so that's definitely not working. What about if we push it slightly forward? Can we do that at all? Let's turn the sound off. Let me see if we can push that one there back onto the rails. No. Okay. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, since this is the one we're having trouble with here, I'm gonna turn these off, unlock the couplers, and I'm gonna move the two rails, the two cars that are actually still good, back and over onto this track here. And then we're gonna troubleshoot from there. So let's move this back, turn this off, and then that should just move freely like that. Okay, so we've still got a little bit of leakage on the brake pipe. I don't know where we're getting that leakage. Maybe there. No, it's not giving me a warning sign, so it's that bit there, isn't it? Yeah, that's what's giving me the breakage. So the fact that we're able to pull this with that little bit of braking tells me that it's not the brakes that are holding us back there. Okay, so turn the engine off. If we can actually start braking. Not just yet. Let's start braking now. Do the switch. Should be far enough. Let's attempt to come up slowly. We are now stopped, so I'm gonna get the train ready by putting her in reverse. Gotta keep the train brake pressure on there. Take that off. Uncouple those. Ready that coupler. Let's see if we can get down there to take it off now. Okay. Now we're gonna back up and see if we can get to the problematic one. Brake pressure needs to come back. That's absolutely fine. So, whilst we wait for brake pressure to come back, let's come over here and inspect what seems to be going wrong with our pulling technique.